Hey there folks, and welcome back for another shaving video. And today we're going to use a special soap. Got a little water on that. This was sent to me by Don the Navy Goat, and there's the back. It says Panama on the front. I'm not sure what the name of the soap is. There's a 1924 on it. Very nice presentation on this soap, which isn't a inexpensive soap. I'll show you the way it looks when it comes out of the box. It's wrapped up in this nice ribbon with a little card on it, and then you get a big chunk of almond soap. So give me just a second to unwrap this and we'll be right back. Alright, very nice almond type scent on this. Sort of smells like cella. Very nice. Probably not as sharp in scent as cella, but a nice almond scent all the same. Scent's about a 4.5, and we're gonna go ahead and get a load on here. Have never used this soap. It's not super hard, but it's pretty firm. I would classify it as a hard soap, and Don, I think, told me he's out of this, so I'm gonna cut off half of this and send it back to him so he can have some as well. And if I don't like it, I'll send the whole thing back to him. But I assume this is Italian. I don't know. I didn't look at the label. So I'm sort of flying blind here. And I like to do that a lot, where I just don't know much about the soap. And I think it allows me to form a more objective opinion about it, and to not have any preconceived notions, which I think is important. Or at least it's important to me. There'll be a lot of people go, "Oh, you're not doing research." No. The research is being done right now, and we're loading and using. That's the only way you can really tell anything about a soap, is when you lather it, when you smell it, and of course, when you use it. All the stuff that's out there in writing and the description by the manufacturer and all that, that's all well and good. But you really don't know until you put it to your face and lather the face, and then the truth comes out. So stand by while I wet the face and we'll get going. So we're going to be using today the Above the Tie S2 slant. It's been a while since I've used that. Riding on an Atlas handle. This stuff lathers beautifully, by the way. Nice almond scent. Not excuse me. All right, nice almond scent. Not overpowering at all. Just sort of a nice, clean almond. Not super fragrant, but pleasant. It feels very nice on the face. So we'll see how it goes. I believe this soap, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw it once, and I believe it's in that, I want to say $50 range. So it is not an inexpensive soap. This would be sort of in that luxury range. And the presentation is certainly luxury in terms of the box and the ribbon and all that. That's one thing that I think is important. If you're going to produce something that is, supposed to be high-end, have a decent container for it. Let that experience, very, very nice. Love the Above the Tie S2. Let that experience be premium throughout, and just not in the product itself. Now, some people don't care about the containers at all, and I do understand that. But for me, that container or the box it comes in shows how you feel about your product. And if you have an expensive product and you send it in a chintzy container, I just don't think it shows proper respect for your product. That's just my feeling. Very nice. Very nice. Nice soap here. No complaints thus far. And of course, no complaints on my razor here. I love the S2. At one point with Above the Tie, I sort of fell out of love because of the pins, and I was like, once I got the Wolfman and how it locks in, then I went to my Above the Tie razors, and I didn't really care for how finicky those little pins are, but if you turn that top cap upside down and hold the blade, it's very easy. So with that little trick, it sort of rekindled my love for my above the tie razors. It's very easy to put in if you do it that way. All right. Very nice. I'd say first pass, very, very good. The soap was quite good. We'll test the old residual slickness on the next pass. Stand by for pass 2. Well, heck, we can do it now. Oh, yeah. Even after a good rinse, you can still feel it's very slick. It's not just the water. It's that mixture of soap and water, that leftover residual, and it's very slick. So that's very, very good. Liking that. And again, thanks, Don, for sending the soap. I will shoot at least half of it out to you, because he is out and no need for him to buy it again. When he was kind enough to send it to me, the least I can do is lop that big chunk in half. It would take me 100 years to use that much hard soap. So lop that baby right in half and shoot the other half on out to Don. No problem. Don's a good man. He's doing better, but he's not, it's still hard for him to get around. And so makes it tough. Like when he went to the Big Shave West, and the restrooms, as I understand, were up a big flight of stairs with no handicap accessibility stuff, and he's using either a cane or a walker to try to get around, because his balance is not quite there yet, and ever since he had some of those issues, it's tough. And so that event was not easy for him. But he pushed through, and he did let them know, as I understand it, hey, you guys need an accessible restroom. I don't know if they assisted him or not. The right thing to do would have been to, if you didn't have an accessible restroom, was to make sure that somebody helped him to the restroom. I don't think they did, but oh well. Anyhow, wonderful, wonderful razor here above the tie. And the soap is performing well too. Anyway, I think we talked to Don a little bit earlier in the week or last week, and he was telling us, he met some nice people at that event. And so, it's glad to see that he was able to get out. But I got to tell you, when you see folks who are, older folks, or mature, as it were, and you see them, struggling to get things done, lend a hand and help them out, folks. I mean, it's just the respectful thing to do. Many of them, like Don, are veterans and have been through a lot in their time, far more than we ever have and ever will. Because despite the challenges that life presents, it generally gets easier in terms of medicine and the things that are available to you. So Don had it tougher than I've had it, and of course my daughter will have it easier than I've had it, just because of the technology and everything. It makes life easier in many ways. It also complicates life, but we'll talk about that at a later time. Stay tuned for Pass 3. Wanted to mention my buddy John Rodeo, who did the sort of TSC logo and those graphics. Now on both channels, the IMCDB channel, if you're not familiar with that, that's where I talk about politics. Just anything goes on the IMCDB. One thing I would mention about that channel, you need to come with a sense of humor and understand that some things are tongue-in-cheek, some things are hyperbole, and we're trying to teach some lessons. Like I did a video about how soccer sucks, and I said it was semi tongue-in-cheek a number of times, but people didn't get that. And really the overarching point that I was trying to convey, or the lesson I was trying to teach in that video, and it really flew over the heads of many people, is, hey, we all don't have to like the same things. If you grew up in Europe or South America or anywhere, Asia, Middle East, whatever, and Australia, and soccer was your preferred sport, and you think American football sucks, and you say it sucks, that's okay. It's okay. I'm not offended by that. I understand why you have that perspective, and it's okay. It doesn't offend me. You know, someone else saying the NFL sucks doesn't change the reality for me. And my reality is it doesn't suck. It's a sport I grew up with. And me saying soccer sucks doesn't change your reality. So there's no need to get up in arms about it and all frazzled, and understand there is a message being conveyed there beyond what's in the title. And that's, I think, hard for some people to recognize. We're trying to get beyond the superficial level on imcdb.com. So you need to think when you come to that channel. As I used to say in school back in the 70s, you got to put on your thinking cap. But you also got to have a light heart and have a sense of humor. And sometimes it's difficult to tell when I'm using either, you know, hyperbole or, you know, sarcasm, you know, just dry wit, as it were. And some people don't get it, and it's, you know, like yesterday, I think there was a guy, like, he had honed in on a point, and I said, well, you know, I said it was tongue-in-cheek, or I said you have to come with a sense of humor. I didn't see you laughing. It's really not my style to be laughing when I'm delivering something that's meant to be light, you know. So you got to come with your thinking caps on and read between the lines and try to see what that overarching message is. And on the Why Soccer Sucks video, it was meant to be deliberately full of hyperbole and over-the-top points for the purposes of illustrating my point, which was to say it's okay if we all don't like the same things. And it is. All right. I got to say, the soap has performed well. Is it a $50 soap? I don't know, to be honest with you. Would I pay $50 for it? Probably not. But I got to say, it's still a very good soap. So thank you, Dawn, for that. Stay tuned. I'll rinse my face. We'll come back with the post. All right, so let's get our Thayers on. Because as you know, it's magic made by witches. Weather is crappy out. It got down, I think, close to the 30s last night, which is crazy cold for this time of year. And I don't like it. The sun hasn't been out. It rained. It was just, yeah. But still alive and breathing. Enjoying these wonderful shaves. Making these videos. So we got to be thankful for what we have, despite the weather being less than ideal in the middle of May. That's okay. We'll deal with it. We'll press on with our mission. All right. So today, for the aftershave, we're going to use a Razor Rock Don Donato, which I think pretty much goes with everything. Not that you have to match your aftershave to your soap, because you do not. Very nice aftershave. I like it anyway. And let's go with it. Sorry to reach over you there. Oh, yeah. Great scent on this. Feels great on the face. Loving it. I don't know how to describe this other than to say it's sort of sweet, a little citrusy. And for me, it just goes with everything. It's just a very nice, universal type scent. By universal meaning, it's you could sort of use it with any soap if you wanted to match it. And it's just nice. Unless you had like a chocolatey or, you know, soap like that, and it wouldn't necessarily match. But for anything else, I think it's just a very pleasant, wonderful scent. And by the way, I'll be doing a video after this one on what I didn't show during the week. So sort of a week review for what wasn't on camera. A few tube creams, I'm going to show you and so on, so stay tuned for that. That'll be a short video. Our ride today with the Above the Tie S2 was outstanding. Great shaver. Some people don't like it because you can't feel a lot of blade on the face, but it works very, very well for me. The soap, which you saw earlier, performed very, very well. Thank you, Don. It's a very, very good soap. Is it $50+? I don't know. Probably not for me, but I only used it once, so it's really hard to judge. And here's our Shave Max Synthetic, which of course was beautiful. Okay, guys, thanks as always for watching. And remember, as always, keep them up, keep them open, and follow the money to get to the truth.